Hey all, welcome back. Luke from Clue & Mufflers here. We're just running through the garage to get some bits for tonight's project. There's the VC. It's just chilling out in the garage here. Gasser project is sitting there in the waitings. That'll be a long way away, that car. We are going to try and put together my car boot seat couch for the workshop. Currently doing some renos over at the KM exhaust shop, and I've been really wanting to get this sorted. So it's the back of an FE Holden, and right here, spin you folks around, I got some leather seats. They were a booth out of a pub. They're actually a bit dirty here because I'm sitting in the garage, but they're a really nice leather. They're a neat colour. So that's tonight's plan. We'll head on down to the shop, knock up some framework for them, and then we'll have a look and assess the car boot section that we've got from the FE Holden. See what we can do about making that into something nice. To make the base to hold everything together, I'm just going to use some very simple box. It's 25 by 25, 1.6 wall, nice light stuff. More than structural enough, but yet light enough to keep it moving around. This little fella here will be the base. That'll go underneath where your bum goes. And I've just started on the rear section. I put a little kick in it. A little bit of a lean back to it. So, you know, from here upwards or lean backwards. Same on that side. That'll give us a bit of a nice cozy seat. And just like that, we had our base frame. Super simple. All I have to do is carry the leather pieces. We'll when you see the rest of the bodywork, it's going to be very suggestive. We'll have to do a lot more framing there too, but that'll hold the seat section for the middle. There's the pieces there. Let that cool down for a second. We'll throw them on and see how it looks. I'm going to call that a win. That thing is rad. Nice simple frame, just holds everything. I'll drill some holes and we'll screw up from the underside of it. But yeah, that'll do us. It's beautiful, rich leather. It's got this amazing tuck and roll job going on. It's really nice. It's leftovers from a pub install. Exhaust is getting a makeover. So we're going to do some repainting. I'm getting rid of this 90s blue. I'm sure in the 90s, or whenever this was painted, this blue was a great colour. But today, it is a terrible colour. I can't stand it. It's on the roof. It's got little like lightning bolt triangle sections. It's got to go. So, it's currently Saturday night. Just moved everything in the middle of the room. For the painters, they're coming in Monday. We're also going to be doing the upstairs room as well. We'll go have a quick look at that. This is upstairs, the mezzanine, where stock is currently being kept. It's about to get revamped too. This is the upstairs room. Moved everything. Hang on, come on light. Boom. This is all getting repainted and redone too. This room's going to be a second office, lunchroom and boardroom. We are needing the space and we have it. It just wasn't being utilised, this old room. We'll clean up a treat. It's got a little wall rack, their AC. So, come Monday they're doing downstairs, Tuesday they're doing upstairs here. The place is going to look amazing. Well, this is what we have to work with. I bought this about 4 years ago. And never did anything with it. It just sat around. It's gotten rustier too. But there it is. 2 rear pieces. So instead of doing a conventional type car seat where you would build it in the boot, because this is only 2 quarter panels, we've made that subframe. Funnily enough, I think the hardest part right now is getting this apart. It's actually, I hit it with a hammer. It's actually better together than it first looks. So I'm going to strip out all this other framing that someone's made for it. Someone was on the right track, you know. It's got a good lean back to it and a few other bits going on. But I think I can do better. Neaten it up a bit more. We have to do a fair bit of cutting. I think we'll cut this rail here out of it. Through here. And then remake this piece. And I've got a bumper. I managed to track down a bumper. And I found a set of these lights. Funnily enough, parts of these FEs, FCs, pretty hard to get. Got some new lights for them too. New lenses. Those things. The bits that go in them. Might even make them light up if I get creative. Bit of rust. It's not too bad. Could have it sandblasted. I'll get it all mounted up and see how I feel. The big thing is it still has most of the original chassis rail in it. This one's even got a spring hanger on it. That's going to be a bonus because I'm hoping the bumper will still be able to bolt to the subframe and give me some sort of, I don't know, positioning for it, I suppose. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Alright, well, I'm going to go knock this all apart and see if we can't make it into two pieces. We'll put them side by side on this and see if we can't make it back into the back end of a car and look correct to the back end of a car. That's the plan. Well, big hammer for the win. Two pieces! Okay, now, you're gonna need a little vision here. But you can see it, right? It's coming together. I think it's gonna come together just fine. The bumper's a bit of a sad story. And why this project is held up for a little bit longer is that bumper. I bought that, had it shipped from Bundaberg, something like that. It was meant to be a really good bumper. I paid $250 for it. And it got here and it is bad. Like, I think that's a hole. Anyway, was pretty disappointed. It was not quite as it was advertised. The photos made it look a lot better than what it was. So anyway, that held me up for a while. I was very disappointed. But this is it, we're doing it. So obviously we're a bit wide. Still got the bumper irons on the bumper, so that's going to be my alignment tool. I have to cut out some of that chassis rail and notch these corners, which is fine because they're rusted out anyway. There it is, there's a hole. So what my plan is there is I'm going to cut through here, this edge here, and up there and make a square corner. And what I'll do is I'll put a big flat panel down the inside of sheet, weld it back to it, and it'll just be all enclosed along there. So that'll give me a side for the couch without having to get any more leather because I can't match what I've got, and fill that area in. All right, I'm gonna throw some measurements at it. We need to cut something. This just in, I just worked out how the bumper goes on. Makes total sense once you put it in place. But that's cool. So the irons actually go on the outside of that chassis rail, which is good because I want to cut a fair bit of the inside of it out. So that's going to work a treat. Alright, you have to bear with me at the old talking thing here. I've got a terribly blocked nose and really can't breathe properly. And when I get rattling, I've got to go for a breath as well. But anyway, alright, so yeah, I'm going to notch all this here. This structure here, we want to get this edge right back in here somewhere. So we've got a dead line from where I cut this lip off down to this part here, which is not going to be too much. Take some of this piece here out. Come straight down. I'm going to make this rear panel myself. It's not there anyway, so it doesn't matter how far back I cut that. And I'll probably put like a parcel shelf piece in there too. But that is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, now I'm going to get the gross update. So I was saying we were going to leave the chassis rail in it because we could use that end there of the bumper iron. That would give us a location for that. Yeah, that didn't work. We needed to cut it all the way through there, so we got a nice clean line and had to notch this corner here so that it would all sit back in there. On that though, anyone needs a really good corner repair, call me, I got one. So it's really, I had to weld a piece in here too because that'll let go as well. It's been interesting. So yeah, I've cut a lot out of this to make it work, but all that inner stuff was really rusty anyway. This had no end left in it. It's like gone. So I don't even feel bad. All I really want is this outer shell so that it looks like a car again. And like I say, the piece behind the bumper, I'll just fill that in with sheet metal and you won't even really know. And it'll actually suit the seat better because it won't dip down like the boot originally did. So I'm gonna throw this next to the seat over there and I don't know. Hopefully I'm on the right course. See that, I'm just an idiot. We're gonna find out, stay tuned. Genius or idiot. I'm gonna go somewhere between genius and idiot. It's not bad. That needs to be stood up. You can see the center line down there. That just needs to be stood up a little bit more because it keeps falling in. Block of timber over there. So, but all in all, that's exactly what we wanted. Sits in there really nice clean edge there. Like I say, this section here will sheet all of that in. So you won't see a single thing. It'll just be steel, painted white. I think we can go with white. I think it'll look good with the maroon seats. That'll all work there. With the back clearance I wanted here. Seat will overhang the front a little bit. I could go back a little bit more, but I'm still contemplating doing so. Not quite sure. Ponder on that for a moment. Alright, well I might just do the same to the other one. Now that I know what to expect and what's going to fall off, I'm pretty good. I can brace that early so that doesn't cause me any grief. Cut all that bit there. That's going to be fine. Just means I'll have to make a new attachment on this base I've made for these irons for the rear bumper. Once again, totally cool, not a big deal. Probably work out better in the long run, get rid of all that rusty metal. Alright, enough talking. I'm gonna cut some stuff. So this time before I've cut anything, I welded that piece in there, I did the same on the other side. But I did that after I realized that once you cut through here, this piece here has got nothing retaining it, just flaps around in the breeze. So we got this here, this bit this time, that way I can cut it and we'll be totally fine. I had to weld the whole thing back together and make it a piece again, do that last time. Bit of a rude shock, so I'm ahead of the game. Well, other than the incredible mess I've made here, I've got pieces of shot body everywhere. We're making progress. I think we're pretty close there. Both of them are being cut in the same way, same manner, braced back up. Bumper is actually too narrow. I didn't see that coming. Bumper's too narrow. That's fine, I can extend the bumper. That's not really a problem. I'm not really too worried about that. I think the overrides are going to have to go because they're probably going to hit the seat, but I don't really know what height I'm going to have the seat yet either. I might raise that up a little bit because it is kind of a touch low. But we'll bring the sides up maybe 50 mil just so they don't sit on the ground. But that's about it. I think I need to bring the seat up about 100 mil at least. At least. I had legs longer. I actually cut them down because I thought it was going to be too big. I reckon another 100 mil on the feet. Maybe I'll put some wheels under it and that'll pick it up. So it was the other idea I had, is set some caster wheels under the whole thing. It's easy to maneuver. Maneuver, that's a word apparently. Easy to move around, and that'll get me back to that height I was talking about too. Anyway, I'm going to do some pondering, some measuring, work out how I'm actually going to attach the sides now, because I was originally going to use the chassis rail, which I have just totally hacked off. Maybe once I sheet the sides in, we can then come up with some method of fixing the sides back to the base, probably down below the seat where you don't see it, and maybe in the back here. Actually, I could probably use these old boot hinge locations, that would work too. Anyway, I'm going to go and ponder and measure and all those things. This is coming together. Never mind the fact that it's sitting down a little bit, I couldn't find another block of timber that high. That's it. What I've done is I worked out that this rail here where the chassis was on both sides was even and straight and parallel. So I've gone ahead and just stitched in a piece of 25 by 25 in there, and that's what's going to true the sides up nicely. We'll come back and we'll put another bar, we'll tie this together across here and then down the bottom here as well off that old chassis rail. That's why we've got a bit of cut out. Oh, I'll probably cut that one back a bit further. Anyway, we'll do that next. But yeah, we're pretty good. We're starting to get the shape we're looking for. That's been a process. It's been a few hours of doing this, but I'm making the ground I need to make now, and I'm pretty happy with myself. So I'm gonna call it a night because it's currently 11 o'clock, and we shall check back in with this project soon. Has to happen, has to be finished. I need this couch in the new painted office over at KM Exhaust. So we're currently over here at the Kaluma Muffler shop putting it all together, and then I'll get her over there. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll wrap it up here. I'm gonna go home, go to bed. Thanks so much for watching. Check this out for some progress in about a week or so's time. Thanks heaps.